Kansas City had tasted baseball glory before, but by the late 1960s, the city felt abandoned. When the Athletics left for Oakland in 1967, fans were left without a team and without a summer soundtrack. Public pressure mounted, and Major League Baseball responded. Era 1. Birth of the Royals, 1969 to 1975. In 1969, the Kansas City Royals took the field, named in honor of the city's long-running American Royal Livestock Show. Expansion teams were expected to struggle, but the Royals refused to follow the script. Under general manager Cedric Tallis and later Lou Gorman, the team focused on youth, fundamentals, and pitching. By 1971, just their third season, the Royals finished over 500. The franchise quickly became a model expansion team. Era 2. The Whitey Ball years and near misses, 1976 to 1980. The mid to late 1970s marked the Royals' first golden age. Playing a brand of baseball known as Whitey Ball, the team emphasized speed, defense, and relentless pressure. With stars like George Brett, Frank White, Dennis Leonard, and Willie Wilson, Kansas City dominated the American League West. From 1976 to 1980, the Royals won 3 division titles and made 4 trips to the American League Championship Series. Each time, one obstacle stood in the way the New York Yankees. Heartbreaking losses in 1976, 1977, and 1978 defined the era. But in 1980, Kansas City finally broke through, defeating New York to win its first AAE pennant. Though they fell to the Philadelphia Phillies in a hard-fought World Series, the Royals had arrived as a true power. Era 3. The I-70 Series and a championship 1981 to 1985. The early 1980s kept the Royals in contention. George Brett emerged as the face of the franchise and one of the greatest hitters in baseball history, winning multiple batting titles and an MVP award in 1980. In 1985, managed by Dick Howser, the Royals returned to the postseason and defeated the Toronto Blue Jays in the ALCS. The World Series brought a unique matchup, the I-70 Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Down 3-1, Kansas City mounted an improbable comeback. A controversial call at first base in Game 6 shifted momentum, and the Royals capitalized. In Game 7, Brett Saberhagen dominated, delivering Kansas City its first World Series championship. For the city, it was a moment of validation and triumph. Era 4. Transition and decline, 1986 to 2002. The years following the championship were marked by transition. Though the Royals remained competitive into the late 1980s, the roster gradually thinned. Brett Saberhagen departed. Payroll limitations grew. The rise of free agency and revenue disparities made it harder for Kansas City to retain stars. George Brett remained the constant, collecting his 3,000th hit in 1999 and retiring as the unquestioned icon of the franchise. But on the field, wins were harder to come by. Aside from a promising 1994 season cut short by the players' strike, the Royals slipped into a prolonged period of losing. By the early 2000s, Kansas City was searching for direction and relevance. Era 5. The long rebuild, 2003 to 2012. The early 21st century tested the loyalty of Royals fans. Losing seasons piled up, and rebuilding efforts repeatedly fell short. Still, hope lingered in Flash's young talents like Carlos Beltran, Zach Greinke, and later Alex Gordon showed what might be possible. In 2006, the franchise took a step toward stability when Dayton Moore was hired as general manager. He emphasized scouting, player development, and clubhouse culture. The wins did not come immediately, but the foundation was being laid quietly and patiently. Era VI. Relentless and resilient 2013-2015. The rebuild finally bore fruit in dramatic fashion. By 2013, a core of homegrown players Eric Hosmer. In 2014, The Royals stormed into the postseason as a wild-card team and embarked on one of the most electric playoff runs in modern baseball. Speed, defense, and late-inning dominance carried them to the World Series, where they fell just short against the San Francisco Giants in 7 games. 1 year later, they returned with unfinished business. In 2015, Kansas City won the American League Central and powered through the playoffs. In the World Series, they defeated the New York Mets in 5 games, capturing the franchise's second championship. The Royals had transformed perseverance into glory. Era 7. After the Crown, 2016 present. Following the 2015 triumph, the championship core gradually dispersed. Free agency and trades ushered in another rebuilding phase. Yet the legacy of that run endured proof that small market teams could still win it all with the right blend of patience, identity, and belief. The Royals continue to rebuild through youth, aiming to recapture the spirit that once defined them. Speed on the bases, excellence in the field, and resilience in the face of long odds. The Royals reflect the character of Kansas City itself, proud, persistent, and quietly confident. In Royal Blue, the story continues.